What is going on, you guys? I'm about to play a brand new video. Alright, so recently we just got some specs revealed for the upcoming Project Scorpio. Now, it's still unclear if Microsoft is going to unveil Project Scorpio before E3, even though E3 is just like 2 months away. Well, to me personally, I think if they don't have that much to show as games for the system, then they might as well save the official reveal for E3. They'll only probably have like an hour's worth of a showcase. If you unveil the system early, then you're not going to have much to talk about at E3 unless you have like a ton of games to show us. Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead and read to you guys the specs for the Project Scorpio. Starting with the hard drive. Project Scorpio is going to have a 1TB hard drive, which, to be honest, I have a Xbox One S with a 2TB hard drive in it, and I have already used up 1TB. Because if you look at the games and how much like space they take up, a lot of them, the majority of the ones that I own, take up almost up to 50 gigs of storage. So hopefully when the system releases, we're able to upgrade to a 2TB hard drive. The system will also have up to 12 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory, which is actually the same type of RAM that you'll find in the PlayStation 4, though the PS4 only has about 8. So the 12 gigabytes are actually split up into two portions. 8 gigabytes is accessible to developers, while 4 is reserved for the system, which is definitely a good thing for developers, considering that the Xbox One had up to 8 gig of RAM, which was pretty much split the same way, 5 for developers, 3 for the system use. And this also means a nice speed increase compared to the GDDR3 memory that the previous Xbox One was using. According to Microsoft, Project Scorpio is actually going to be able to run Xbox One games better, which obviously we should all pretty much expect that, especially now that the PlayStation 4 Pro has boost mode, which basically gives you better frame rate. Even though now Project Scorpio is actually going to be a lot more powerful than the PlayStation 4 Pro. Me personally, I'm still going to get a PS4 Pro because there are a lot of games on there that aren't on Xbox One or Project Scorpio. Even though I still don't know what Project Scorpio is going to have for exclusives, but who knows what's going to happen, really, honestly. I don't know yet. Now, for Scorpio's GPU is going to be 4.6 times more powerful than the original Xbox One. Now, combined with a faster CPU, the results should obviously be more stable and higher frame rates, which is always a plus. Now, they also said that there will be no screen tearing and faster load times, which sounds pretty awesome to me. Like, I honestly feel so far that Project Scorpio is going to be the if you just want to get a console, you know, just like plug and play and just have fun with your friends, the Project Scorpio is going to be the console to get, pretty much. Well, at least hardware wise. But when it comes to game selection, PS4 definitely has the upper hand. But then again, we're going to have to wait until E3 just to find out what games are going to be available on Project Scorpio. Now, backwards compatibility is also going to be a thing for Project Scorpio, but it is going to be a little bit more difficult and challenging for Microsoft to make this happen, because Microsoft did say that they have to go through each game, through every existing game, to make them run on Project Scorpio. So other features that also have been improved is DVR, being able to record gameplay and save it or upload it. Now, when it comes to the PS4 Pro, or the regular PS4, you're now able to record up to an hour of gameplay, which is about 720p at 30 frames per second. That was like one of my favorite features of the PlayStation 4, being able to record gameplay, put it on a flash drive, put it in my computer, well, when I had a computer, and edit and throw it into maybe like one of my YouTube videos or something like that. It was really awesome. With the Xbox One, the only thing that really sucks about the DVR is that you can only record up to 5 minutes of gameplay at a time, which I really hate. I mean, if you guys know how to record longer on a Xbox One, please let me know, because I can't just deal with 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. Now, when it comes to Project Scorpio, with the DVR, you're actually able to record, now capture 4K at 60 frames per second with HDR. Now, that sounds super crazy, to be honest, because they did say, what I've also read is that Project Scorpio is going to have the graphics level of an Xbox One. It did say that when you're playing your Project Scorpio in 4K, you're going to get 4K, true 4K, 60 frames per second, and the graphics are going to be as good as Xbox One graphics, which, to be honest, is super nice. I'm extremely happy with that. Now, the demo that they ended up trying out with Project Scorpio was unconfirmed Forza title, even though the unannounced Forza game was built using the same tech that they did with Forza Motorsport 6. Now, they did say original titles that you would play like on the Xbox One on Project Scorpio will only run at 30 frames per second unless they're patched to run at 60 frames, which most likely is going to be the more popular titles like Gears of War, Halo 5, Halo Wars, and maybe like Dark Souls 3 and so on and so forth. Now, just like the PS4 Pro, if you own a 1080p TV, Microsoft says right here, users who own a 1080p television will still be catered for. Ultra HD rendering should super sample down for those 1080p displays, meaning games should look sharper even if you don't own a 4K set. So in other words, if you're playing on a 4K, if you're playing on a 1080p TV, the graphics pretty much are going to go from, I guess, medium to very high. The visuals are going to look outstanding, and they're going to be in full 1080p, 60 frames. Me personally, I have a 4K TV, but I am still thinking about getting a nice HDR 1080p display because sometimes the TV is being occupied, so I want to still play my game, so I might end up still getting a 1080p TV. So the options you're going to get pretty much are, do you want to play games in true native 4K at 60 frames with Xbox One graphics, or do you want to play in 1080p with better visuals also running at 60 frames? To be honest, if you're like if you have a 1080p TV, you're good to go. You don't really have to upgrade to 4K unless you actually have like the money to get a good 4K TV. Don't cheap out like I did and get a $200 4K TV. You definitely should wait until you can afford an actual good one. So no price has been like announced for Project Scorpio, but it's safe to say that honestly to me, I think like the system's gonna be like $499, which was the original price of the Xbox One. Considering what the specs, considering what's inside this system is definitely a beast and is definitely going to be a high price. So hopefully it's just going to be either $5 or like $450, you know, but either way, I definitely want to see if I can save up for it, and I am still planning on going to New York just so I can be in line to get myself a Project Scorpio. I just hope the games for it are going to be something worthwhile. Unlike Nintendo Switch, now me, I ended up getting Nintendo Switch just because the system itself was something new to me and I just wanted it badly. But the games were... except for Legend of Zelda, that was worth it, definitely. Other than that, Microsoft did say that Project Scorpio is the most powerful console to exist, and honestly, I do believe as a console, it is going to be the most powerful console ever created, pretty much. And I'm super excited to try it out and check it out. I can't wait for E3, just 2 months away. E3 is open to the public this year, and I cannot go because I am so broke, it's ridiculous. Hopefully, maybe one day I'll be able to go. Who knows? Alright, guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about Project Scorpio? Are you going to be picking it up? And if you do, what games are you hoping that they announce at E3 for the system? Me, I can't really think off the top of my head unless they bring Scalebound, you know, back to Project Scorpio possibly. Who knows? Alright, guys, well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch all you wonderful people another time. Another video. Take care.